don't know if the class calls it presentation or what to call it, circus or something else, but, huh? Okay, the varsity guys are going to do their thing. I would like to thank Mike for this season. It's difficult coming into a new program, especially when you're coming off a losing season. And he commented at the beginning of his talk that he felt he learned more in those 8 weeks of the first season than the previous 8 years coaching. And it's very difficult. I know from this summer, I took over a girls team for New Scotland. A bunch of girls that I didn't really have any background with. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know where they should play. And it took me at least half the season to figure it out. And I think that Mike was courageous enough this year, even after he had figured out in preseason where everybody should play, he was smart enough to realize that sometimes it wasn't working well. And he was willing to take the chance to move people to other spots. The coach's job basically is to teach skills and then to fit the players in according to their skills, according to the team's needs. And I think that he adjusted very well during the season. So I think we all owe Mike a big round of applause. Okay, I've been given the high sign at the varsity presentation. I think Matt's going to begin, right? Well, I mean, you guys can do whatever order you want to. I mean, it's not up to me. Huh?
Brett informed me that it's tradition for one of the captains to give a speech. He could be lying for all I know. It's my first year on this. It's very short though, only half a page. And I'll take credit for this. Everything that happens after my speech, I have nothing to do with. When Brett asked me to talk a little bit about, can everybody hear? Okay. When Brett asked me to talk a little bit about our team, I thought to myself, what am I going to say? So I started thinking about our team, and the word that kept reappearing in my mind was friendship. I think our greatest distinction as a team is the fact that we're all friends on and off the field. I've played on a lot of different teams and in several different sports, and from my experiences, I feel that team unity is the most crucial ingredient in not only making a good team, but also having an enjoyable season. And you can't have team unity without having good friends on the team. And it seems like on many teams, it always seems that there's at least one ball hog, or there's a certain group of people with big egos, or different groups that don't belong in the team. But on our team, it wasn't like that at all. There's no super egos, no cliques, nothing like that. We all got along. We all passed the ball to one another. We all supported each other. When someone made a mistake on the field, we were all there to support that person. And I think that's what a team is. When we lost a game, and we lost quite a few, we never singled one person out to blame that person for the loss. We accepted the loss as a team. And I like to quote Mr. Seaman, who said it takes 11 friends playing together on a field to make a team, and I think our team really exemplified this. Unfortunately, there are some down moments in our season. Team unity doesn't always guarantee success, and we went 6-12, and there are some games we just didn't show up to play. But when we did show up to play, I thought we played awesome. There's so much talent on this team, and it was just a question of whether or not we wanted to fulfill our potential. Our season was like a roller coaster ride. We didn't always play our best, but I thank the parents and Mr. Durrett for always being there and sticking with us, and being positive, encouraging us, and especially during the rough times, because there's quite a few. That's just about all I want to say. Before I finish, I just wanted to say I had a great time playing soccer this year, and I think everybody on the team did. Even with the seniors leaving, there's still so much talent here, and I wish next year's team the best of luck. I'd also like to thank everybody here tonight for contributing to a great team and a great season, because it took every person in this room to make such a wonderful season this year. So, thank you.
Just take a lap.
It's been kind of a tradition to have the seniors pass something down to underclassmen, so I guess that's what we're going to do now. I guess I'll start it off. I don't know, somewhere through the year I just noticed that Ryan Stenner plays absolutely no defense. So I'm passing down my defensive ability to Ryan.
Boy, I just have so much to offer. Between the foot skills and my heading ability, and all those goals I scored this year. But I gotta say, I thought about it, and I think I'm gonna pass on my exceptional juggling skills to Joe Guastella. I mean, Joe's a nice kid, but when you compare Joe and I, you gotta work on it. You gotta work on it.
Seeing how there's so many more underclassmen than seniors this year, I figured I'd pass down two things. First, I'd like to pass down my blazing speed. Brad Berger, because after sitting out a year, even I can beat him. And another thing, there's been a flat ski in this program for, we figured, like over 9 years, and it's been kind of a family tradition. And I'd like to pass that family tradition on to the Siemens. Because they're going to be in this program for a long time. I played with Bob for the past 2 years, and I've got to know Brian pretty well. And I know Ron's down in the modified. And Mr. Seaman is an outstanding coach for JV. He's had 3 winning seasons in 3 years. And I just like for them to carry on that tradition. Okay. I would have to say that since I had such a great year shooting, I think that's my shooting ability, and Matt Maluski told me I don't think he's ever going to need to use that. And I'd also like to pass on my left leg for Ryan or Nico.
I think I want to pass on my offensive awareness and ability to Bob Siemens because I know he's going to be one of the best forwards next year.
Well, I don't think I have a lot to offer too. I think I will pass on all the shots on goal I was too, I think, to Bob Siemens.
Before I give Mr. Seaman before I give Mr. Gret his gift, we have a bouquet of flowers for Mrs. Gret because she had to share Mike, he's trouble already, but at least he took him away half the time. And this is a gift for Mr. Gret, obviously, so here's your gift. To end our presentation, we'd like to have Kevin Wayne up to give us a couple memorable moments from the season.
Yep.
You guys are gonna get it.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Do it. What page do you have?
Two-sided. College rule. The Cooper run. 3
3-1 shutout. Hey Conley, what's your best move? Well, your worst one. Define the moment. Personal favorite of all of us. Grets don't take from anyone. Chinese buffet. How many birthdays does Cazino have this year? The bus ride home. Cazino and Gret exchanging words. 2 anonymous players mooning from the back of the bus. This year I did invite Mr. Crandall to one of our games. Rose, you remember this one? Hey Rep, thanks for blowing the game for us. VP spits on Shalmon. Brett's favorite to the rep. Hey Rep, who the hell's calling the game? The always infamous comfort zone. Mrs. Gret, we'd appreciate it next year if during preseason, maybe you should dress Mr. Gret. He's got a real problem putting on his shorts. The one kid from Academy who wears the turban, Joe Cazino got a little upset and finally turned around and said, hey Rep, open your eyes, Muhammad Ali's all over me. We had a lot of failed drivers test this year. A lot of people failed. Whiter failed. Nick failed because some Sasquatch cut him off. My personal favorite, Mr. Gret tried to attack me in practice, and he had a tough time getting up. The question to Matt Beluski: have I ever told you you're terrible? Well, a few times. And Matt, can you count backwards from 100? Serious face. Super coach and super teacher. Spancer's infamous line, come on guys, I thought we were a team. Mr. Gret advising us not to go see the doctor, but come see me. And basically anything said by Mr. Seaman this whole year, which is phenomenal. We saw Elvis at McDonald's. Cazino's famous line is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Our uniforms were taken away this year. Conley's special order at Denny's, he wanted a special kind of corn. One of my personal favorites by Mr. Seaman, when we were doing shuttles. Hey guys, why don't you call up your girlfriends tonight, guys? They can help you with these push-ups. Are you ready? Scouting report. The infamous drive the first day of preseason, Brett, VP, with all the trains. Conley, come on coach, I need a sub. Cazino falls off chair and Chinese buffet, coach, I need a sub. Pat's amnesia. The Indian ladder jog, BP and Pat did walk with the team. The Royal Rumble. What smells worse, not road or Brett? Yeah, not road or Brett, you know, the fertilizer thing. In case you guys know. Brett. Berger and I are taking JA 8 o'clock to the grave. That's always a favorite. TV and Ponderosa. Almost got kicked out. Probably the most baffling question of all. BP scores. So, Mark, what's going on? We're the best 6-12 team staying home this season. What? Mallrats. Nucci. Joe Cotazino says, I'll be ready to play at 4 o'clock, coach. Batman left the program. And we decided that, Mrs. Gret's got it pretty rough. I mean, Mr. Gret's always waking up at 3 a.m. and the only thing on his mind is soccer, so.
What grade is he in?
Oh, the Batmobile, I mean, if we could just get a moment of silence, where is he selling it? I mean, tomorrow. Wow. Batmobile. Now, I'm gonna keep this short, but a lot of the guys thought that I did something real funny this year. Do a good impression, okay? Now listen, don't hold this against me next year. The seniors are making me do it, okay? This is a typical Boyersville huddle. You know, when I found out I got this job, I was like a kid in a candy store. And I'm just really glad I'm here. But I will ask you guys that, you work hard because, when I'm in school, I'm super teacher. When I'm on the field, I'm super coach. And, I just really want you guys to work hard. Anything to add, Mr. Seaman? What Mr. Good says, guys. I mean, soccer's like a war, guys. It's like a war without guns, guys. I mean, you have no weapons. Your skills, your tools, guys. I mean, it's like in life, guys. I mean, life's like playing curveballs, guys. I mean, you gotta step up to the plate, they don't belong, guys. I mean, if you guys work hard, you do the team, and things will work good for you guys. You guys are like a run-along machine, guys.
Hard act to follow. Okay. Well, I guess we won't have any athletic directors. I think Dick just got mixed up on the day. He thinks he's going to be here tomorrow. Maybe we should call him. Anyway. Geez, I see I'm supposed to make some closing remarks. They're going to be short since they're not really prepared.
The pictures.
The
pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe Kevin can,
I think that the last few minutes are a good reflection of what the season was like. A team that probably was not the most skilled and most talented, but a team that worked during the season at Mike's insistence and urging. They got better and better. Some of you parents from the varsity probably remember those first few games and how painful it was to watch to see the kids struggle. But that's what soccer is about. That's what the game of life is about sometimes. You've got to struggle. Sometimes you have hard times. If you work hard enough, usually it gets better. And I tell you, I was really proud those last six games anyway. The last third of the season was like a totally different team. If you compared the tapes from the early part of the season with those at the end of the season, there's a tremendous improvement. In fact, you'd think we imported a whole bunch of new players. The teamwork, it just clicked all of a sudden. And sometimes as a coach, you don't know what you did. All of a sudden, though, it starts to work. And it's really the confidence that you can instill in your players that eventually things will work out. And I think those kids really, the kids deserve a big round of applause for not giving up and for the big improvement that we made during the season. And I think that I don't know who it was here, I think Mike said, to shoot high, to aim high. I think Jordan might have said that also. And I think that's important. Sometimes as young people, we don't realize our potential. going to realize the potential we have hidden inside us until somebody gets you to really work on it. And Matt, when he made his talk, he said that he didn't really have anything to leave to the underclassmen, and that's not true. Matt was a player that I really admire, because here's a kid who really hadn't played a lot of soccer, who decides to come out anyway. And Brett tells me he works the hardest in preseason of anybody on the team. And later in the season, while we were watching one of the videos one night of one of the games, Matt was in there and he hustled as usual, and he ran this kid over. I don't even remember what team it was, but he ended up winning the ball and passing the ball off to somebody else did something positive with it. And I think that should serve as a lesson for everybody here. You don't have to be the most skilled player in the world, but you do have to work hard, and you're going to have to work hard all your lives. So Matt, you may not think you have anything to pass down, but you're a good example, and an example of other kids here. And Mr. Seaman's team, you mentioned some kids really work hard. It's necessary, and I think that hard work paid off this season. And if you can see that how it worked this season, you can see what the work in the off season will do for your season next year. And so with that, I think I should shut up. And there are a few quick announcements. There are pictures, 35mm pictures here on this table view and in the back. In the back, the ones on the left are left over from last season for anybody who might be interested in those. They are there for the players to take. Please take the ones where you're in the picture, okay, and leave the ones where you're not for somebody else. And that's fine. That's what we took them for. There's one other presentation that we have to make. A tradition that, I don't know if it'll be a tradition or not, but a few years ago we started for the outgoing seniors, the graduating or soon to graduate seniors, at least we hope they graduate, of getting posters, action posters of them in action during the season. Unfortunately, this year the photo lab that we sent them to decided to change their policy, and they wouldn't crop the pictures like we wanted. And unfortunately for some of the seniors, only one of those pictures that we sent in didn't need to be cropped. And so as of right now, only one senior is going to get his poster. The other seniors, I have 8x10 photocopies of what your poster will look like when they finally come back. And so I'd like the seniors to come up here. And I'd like to really thank Joe Guastella and Bob Barron for taking a tremendous amount of time during the season to take these pictures. We found it was very difficult to take these pictures and get the camera to go off at the right time when the player had the ball and when he's looking at you, so you can actually tell who it is, the backside of them all the time. So we thank them very much for their efforts. They spent a lot of time during games taking pictures of everybody else's kid. So thank you to you too. Okay, I'm going to give out the 8x10s of what will eventually be posters to the 5 seniors. And then one lucky senior is going to actually get his poster tonight. But they really look great, and the kids will appreciate them. Like Mike says, in 20 or 30 years, they'll be able to look back and see how thin they really were. So, anyway.
What, you don't have hair?
And how much hair they had, that's it, yes. Andre? Congratulations. Matt?
Show them. Show them.
That's it.
Raj, show them.
Okay, BP?
I mean, look.
Brett?
Oh, let's see, Brad. Oh, see, you're in front of me, pleasure.
And Patrick?
Oh, get out of here. Look at they're putting it right in the front of me.
What am I
Now,
doing to
this is a life-size one, and this, of course, is Mark's picture. And it turned out to be actually quite emblematic of the way he plays and his tenacity.
Hold it up.
So, there you go.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Round of applause for Sylvia. And with that, let's see, the pictures are there for you to look at and take. Also, these balloons can go, but the bags and what's in the bag have to stay. Including the anchor for the balloons at the bottom, that has to stay too for next year, because it gets passed on. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and have a good season, and continue on your schoolwork.
Oh, good, Rod.